In this edition of RPP News, a new tax hits the tourism industry, public transport gets a boost, and we commemorate 100 years of legacy. Hello, I'm Catie Sharp. Welcome to the latest edition of RPP News, bringing you stories from across Frankston and the Mornington Peninsula. Mornington Peninsula Shire Mayor Steve Holland has called out the Victorian government on their new short-stay accommodation tax. Mayor Holland says the tax does nothing to address the chronic housing crisis on the peninsula, and while it is expected to raise $10 million, little, if any of that, will be spent on the peninsula. Speaking on RPPFM's Peninsula Talks, Mayor Holland says he has grave concerns that the tax has been delivered without local consultation.
Well, I'm quite cynical. I think the reason we weren't consulted is this new tax is ultimately not about fixing any of the problems with housing affordability or fixing the amenity issues. I think the new tax is ultimately about fixing the state government's budget problem. And I think that's why we weren't consulted. I think the estimates range between 70 million and 150 million across Victoria. I think the lion's share of that will probably come from the Mornington Peninsula, which is a lot of money coming out of our economy. And in fact, we estimate up to $1 million shortfall for the council alone. And that money will probably be spent elsewhere by the state government and not on the peninsula.
Police across Australia gathered on Friday to honour their fallen colleagues on National Police Remembrance Day. The service remembers the 175 officers killed since the force was established in 1853. The Queensland, Western Australia and Royal Papua New Guinea police forces have all lost members in the last year. The service took place locally at Rosebud RSL Club. Frankston City Council and Mornington Peninsula Shire are co-hosting a community forum as part of Gambling Harm Awareness Week. The forum will offer a safe space to understand the harms of gambling and learn what support is available. It will be held at Mount Eliza Community Centre on October the 12th at 7 p.m. Go to the council website to book your free ticket. Briars Ward Councillor Despy O'Connor recently reminded council of the financial damage gambling is doing to the peninsula.
This year, the statistic is over 90 million. $90,344,068.26 in 1 year. To further put this in perspective, per day, that is an amount of $247,518 being lost on the Mornington Peninsula.
The peninsula is one step closer to getting a cross-peninsula bus. The Minister for Public Transport has announced an extra $36.4 million to deliver the service as part of Victoria's bus plan. The bus will connect Hastings to Mornington, which is welcome news for travellers who currently take 2 hours to make the trip. A hurdle has arisen in the path of the purchase of the Rye Hotel. The Australian Competition and Consumer Commission has raised concerns about a bid by hospitality giant Endeavour to purchase the hotel for $50 million. The Rye Hotel includes a drive-through liquor store operating under the Thirsty Camel brand. Endeavour also operates BWS Rye, the other major liquor store in the area. The ACCC is concerned that the proposed acquisition may reduce the need to set competitive prices when supplying takeaway alcohol. Endeavour is Australia's largest pub operator. The ACCC is hosting a consumer survey about the acquisition, which will remain open until the 6th of October. Legacy Australia is celebrating 100 years of support for the widows and families of defence personnel who served Australia in times of conflict. To commemorate this milestone, Legacy Australia is running a torch relay, which started in France and ends in Melbourne in October. This week, the relay route took the centenary torch through the streets of Mornington, Mount Eliza and Frankston, with help from Mornington Peninsula Legacy. And the original New York and Las Vegas hit Menopause The Musical is coming to Frankston this week. Inspired by a hot flush and a bottle of wine, Menopause The Musical is a celebration for women who are on the brink of, in the middle of, or have survived the change. This side-splitting musical parody is set to classic tunes from the 60s, 70s and 80s and will be at the Frankston Arts Centre this coming Tuesday and Wednesday. Tickets are available at the FAC website and box office. After the break, we have Bianca with the coming week's weather report.
Battery World now open in Mornington.
We know batteries. We know our 75D23Ls from our DIN 65LHs. And we know which is best for you. We have the range and a spark no one else can match, because we live and breathe batteries. Those beautiful boxes and cylinders that power our lives and our passions. That's why we're the batteryologists. We're Battery World.
Battery World Shop 1, 43 Mornington Tyre Road, Mornington.
With interest rates on the rise, there's never been a better time to review your home loan. And there's never been a better bank to help you. Whether you're a new or existing Bendigo Bank customer, book an appointment for a home loan health check today.
Established in 1988, Progress Signs has been servicing the local community for 30 years. Located on the Mornington Peninsula, they are the #1 destination for all your signage needs, specialising in a variety of signage from vehicles to shop fronts, occasional and corporate events, short-term, long-term and everything in between. If it's signs you need, be it large or small, Progress Signs is the place to call. Available 24/7 at progress-signs.com.au or call the team on 5975 9188. Thinking signs? Think Progress Signs, a station sponsor.
Welcome back. We go now to Bianca for this week's weather.
Hello, I'm Bianca and welcome back to another RPP weather update. Well, after a couple of weeks off, we are back and spring has arrived. Let's dive in and take a look at the weather for the week ahead. Today, Sunday, the 1st of October, should bring us a mostly sunny day with the possibility of some light rain later in the day. We are looking at a low of 15 and a high of 20. Monday brings us a very sunny day. We should feel a low of 7 and a high of 22. Tuesday sees some cloud cover and a possibility of some light rain. We could expect a low of 13 and a high of 25. Wednesday sees this trend continuing with a low of 11 and a high of 19. Thursday also brings us clouds and sun. We should see a low of 7 and a high of 14. Friday sees a cooler day with morning rain where we will feel a low of 7 and a high of 14. And finally, Saturday sees a cloudy day with a low of 13 and a high of 15. Well, that's all for this week. Try to enjoy the sun while you can, and I will see you again next week for another RPP weather update.
And that's all from our team here at RPP News, serving the community with stories that matter to you. Keep watching and do tell your friends. Bringing the news from coast to coast across Frankston and the Mornington Peninsula, I'm Catie Sharp. See you for the next edition.